2 and a 3.
Hey, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Stanley actually is still with us. He's dead, so that's probably why. Anyway, on our last segment, we started to go off track a little bit, but Dave wanted to kind of talk a little bit, short snippet on the media's view on things and how they influence.
Well, yes, the media's view on things, but how they impose it on us. You were saying earlier about kids. More and more kids now, they're confused about their gender and stuff. No, they're not. No, they're not. This is all media driven. The media is an arm of the Democrat Party, and they are. That's all they are. They're propaganda, and it's all to just screw up the old-fashioned American way, where guys are guys and girls are girls. And all that. And I don't, you know what? I don't care about people that don't fit into that mold as long as they don't hurt me. We've already talked about that in previous shows. That doesn't threaten me at all. I'm friends with a lot of these people. The media, the more you hear about something and the more often you hear about it, the more you think that's okay.
It's called indoctrination.
Thank you. Yes.
That's the technical term.
Thank you. We're being indoctrinated by our media. Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
And honestly, I mean, it's evil. It doesn't care about the person.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it doesn't most parents care about their children, right?
This seems very Soviet Union to me, and that's what's going on.
Well, and it's amazing because in Russia, there's morals. There's as far as what I've heard, they're not nearly as far off on the sexual revolution that we are.
I'm not talking about the same things that they're doing.
I know.
I'm talking about the way they're doing it, though.
Yeah, okay. The rule, the power, is that what you mean?
No, I mean
the force.
Oh, gosh. See, I'm supposed to actually have my file is clogged up.
But
it's the same process of brainwashing.
Okay. Yeah.
They want to brainwash them in certain ways that is different than us, but it's still the same.
Have the control.
But it's still the same. But it's still the same way here. It's just in different ways.
Right.
What they're trying to do, like. Okay, little boys want to be little girls. Little girls want to be little boys. White cops hate black people. Da 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 da. All this stuff.
Right.
That's bullshit. That's not
division.
True.
It's trying to divide people, and
it is so dangerous, guys. It is so dangerous, and it's so wrong.
It's all upside down.
It's upside down. It's inside out.
So how are these? I mean, I think about this, Dave. These innocent, and my daughter was talking about this the other day. One of our daughters works at a school now, and works with this little girl who's has this. She's Down syndrome. But anyway, my daughter said something about the innocence of these children, and I think comes to my mind. It's like, yes, and what are we doing as a culture, destroying that innocence, telling them they can be. If they're a girl, they can be a boy, vice versa. And it's like, we're supposed to protect these little ones. And what are we doing? How is saying that's...
They can't even have a childhood anymore.
It's just
they're learning
evil.
about...
It's evil.
They're learning about sex stuff.
That doesn't make sense. It's all backwards,
when they're supposed to be copying the movies that they're watching and playing. And, when I was a little boy, I went with my neighbor kids and we wanted to copy the, John Wayne movie or the whatever the movie was that we, and act it out, And that kind of thing. Play war, play cops and robbers, whatever. And
media bias.
You're taking away a children's childhood.
Innocence, yeah.
Their innocence.
But the thing is, who's going to pay for... We need to stand up. I need to stand up against this. I mean, I'm gonna say a few things. I'm gonna be a grandfather in a month or so, so I really want to stand up and protect my grandchild. But besides that
Well, you're
child,
20.
I
How
want
is
to.
that possible?
I know. I don't know. I want to protect other children. But I mean, we need to stand up. And the other thing is they're having these gender reveal parties. So when someone's pregnant, okay, and they find out that what they're going to have, they throw this party. And it's a
No,
celebration.
I know about that.
But today, in today's culture, why in the heck are we doing that if gender doesn't matter? I'm ticked off.
No, because there's
Don't even have a gender reveal because
Wait,
you can change that
wait,
child's
wait,
gender.
wait,
It just
wait,
makes me mad.
Don't go crazy. Don't.
Oh my gosh! I mean, think about that.
Wow,
though, Dave.
role reversal. I'm
Why
telling
have
you
a
not
party?
to go crazy.
Why?
Because there
it doesn't
are
matter
because-
based on today's culture.
Because there are still some people that are,
But the media is telling you otherwise.
but there are still.
isn't it?
Yes, that's the whole point of the show. But there are still people that resist that, and they're traditional, and that's a good thing.
But you know, I
it's
think
a good thing to
the
do
the
that.
sly indoctrination that is happening is so just under the surface that it's going to explode, and it start. I mean, there was a story of these two men who they're a couple. They're raising a little girl,
Well,
and they
a couple
want,
how?
They're a couple. They're together. They're
Okay, all right.
they're you know and they're raising a little 6-year-old girl, and they wanted the school to identify her as a boy instead of a girl. A 6-year-old little girl.
See, that's
I mean,
as far as I'm concerned, that's child abuse.
again, yes, I agree, but the culture, the media, the PC is like they're going right for it. They're like, hey, they say, oh, the parents know better
When you are 21
than the child.
or 18, I guess the rule is 18, right?
Yeah.
That you're your own person, which I don't get. Okay, this is going to be a future show.
Yeah.
18 to 21, you're your own person at 18. You're
An
an
adult.
adult,
Yeah.
but you can't drink or smoke until you're 21. What the F is that? I don't know what that is.
Well, that's just all. I mean, you gotta draw the line.
But as
somewhere.
far as what he was saying with you know what? Until you are legally an adult, you're a girl if you're a girl. You're a boy if you're a boy, and you will, by God, be raised that way.
And I'm gonna put a note on here because there's a lady's story.
No, you can't. I don't mean that you should force. Families can do what they
Well,
want.
no,
I'm just saying,
what
in my opinion, that's.
Well, and I want to say the other thing on this is I want to have compassion and grace for those who struggle with gender dysphoria, is what it's referred to in the psychological world. But the thing is, having compassion doesn't say it's okay. It says, I love you enough to tell you I will walk through this with you, but I'm not going to lie to you and say you should be something other than what you are. And I believe the physical world is there's so much truth. It's like gravity, the law of gravity. There's truth in the physical world. How you are born, that is your gender. And I would I would say we don't lie to our children just to make them happy, or do we? Today we do. But we should.
We don't say
just
we.
like the kids who never lose a baseball game.
When you
that's
say
a
we,
lie.
you're talking about society, not
Yeah.
you,
Oh,
you
yeah.
or me.
But I'm
We
you know
don't. We
okay.
don't. But,
Well, this just really this is a passionate.
I want to
topic.
say something about Joe here. About this whole, he takes on people that are. It's an honorable thing. I've done this in the past. I've taken on people that were a hard case and tried to help them out, and I did, and I felt good about it. And Joe does that a lot. I haven't done it in a long time. I don't have the means to do it anymore. But I don't have the place to do it anymore. Let's put it that way. But Joe lets things go way too far when there's a certain point where somebody can't be helped or won't be helped. And you got to cut ties.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a hard time with that, and I understand that. And you have to at a certain point.
Otherwise, it'll eat you, right?
It
It'll tear you down.
And you know what? You're not helping other people when you could. Because
Right.
you're so involved with somebody you can't help anyway. So you got to let people go.
You guys, we love you. We thank you for viewing the Dave and Joe Liberty Stand once again.
And Stanley says bye.
All right, we'll see you next time.